Heart of Aiyetoro town stood Mama Shade's small restaurant, Shade's Kitchen. Every morning, the smell of fried plantain and stew filled the air, yet few people entered. Her benches stayed empty, and her pots of soup grew cold. She prayed, she advertised, but hunger followed her instead of customers. At night, she sat alone counting her losses, watching other food sellers laugh with their buyers. Her heart grew heavy. "Why is fortune blind to me?" she murmured. But life, they say, always listens when desperation speaks. One evening, on her way from the market, Mama Shade met a thin man standing near the old cemetery road. His eyes were small and tired, his smile wide and strange. "Good evening, madame," he greeted. "You look troubled." Mama Shade sighed and told him about her empty restaurant. The man nodded slowly. "Maybe I can help," he said. "My name is Sani. I work near the mortuary. There is water, special water that brings people closer to your food." His words echoed in her ears like a secret drum. Sani explained that the water he spoke of was from a place of silence and peace. "Those who drink it will always come back," he whispered. Mama Shade shivered. "What kind of water is that?" she asked. Sani smiled again. "Don't ask too many questions. Just try it. 1 bottle for 1,000 naira. Mama Shade hesitated. Fear danced in her chest, but her hunger for success was stronger. "Bring me 1 bottle," she finally said. The next morning, she cooked her jollof rice with the water Sani sold her. The aroma was richer, thicker, almost alive. That day, a few customers came and finished every plate. "Mama Shade, your food tastes different," one woman said, licking her fingers. For the first time in months, Mama Shade smiled without forcing it. The sound of coins clinking in her bowl made her heart sing. That night, she bought 2 more bottles from Sani. Word spread fast around Aiyetoro. People said Mama Shade's stew could wake a sleeping soul. Her restaurant was always full. Her laughter returned. Even the town chief came one afternoon to eat her pounded yam. But with every happy customer, Mama Shade's dreams grew darker. At night, she heard whispers in her kitchen, soft as wind, saying, "Thank you for feeding us." She blamed it on her tired mind, but her pots sometimes moved by themselves. One stormy night, a knock came at her door. It was Sani, drenched in rain but smiling as always. "Business is good, I see," he said. "The spirits are pleased." Mama Shade frowned. "What spirits?" she asked. Sani's eyes glowed faintly in the lightning. "Those who bless your pots. Keep cooking and they will bless you more, but never stop buying the water." Then he vanished into the rain, leaving muddy footprints that didn't wash away. Mama Shade dreamed of shadows dancing around her fire, stirring her stew, laughing with hollow voices. They wore white clothes and had no faces. One shadow whispered, "We eat through them now." She woke up sweating, her heart pounding. She wanted to stop using the water. But the next morning, customers were already waiting at her door. Their joy drowned her fear. In the market, other food sellers began to talk. "Since Mama Shade's rise, our food tastes like dust," one woman complained. Another hissed, "She must be using juju." Mama Shade ignored them. She built a new signboard, painted her walls, and even bought a small radio for her restaurant. Her success blinded her to the whispers of truth that followed her everywhere. One morning, her neighbor, Babarisi, complained, "Mama Shade, your kitchen smells strange at night, like the hospital morgue." She laughed nervously. "Maybe it's the palm oil I use." But even she noticed the scent, thick, cold, and heavy like sorrow. The smell clung to her clothes, to her pots, and even to her sleep. A new customer came, a young woman named Dupe. She took one bite of Mama Shade's egusi soup and suddenly went pale. "Whose voice is that?" she screamed, then fainted. The restaurant fell silent. People rushed out in fear. When Dupe woke up, she whispered, "Someone called my dead brother's name." From that day, fewer people came to eat. One evening, the town priest, Father Ojo, entered her restaurant. He ordered food and blessed it before eating. After one spoonful, his face turned dark. He stood up and said quietly, "Mama Shade, where does your water come from?" She froze. "Just from a friend," she replied. The priest shook his head. "Your food feeds both the living and the dead. You must stop before they come for you." Then he left, leaving her in trembling silence. Mama Shade tried to stop using the water, but the next day, her customers didn't come. Her pots burned and her stew tasted bitter. Out of desperation, she met Sani again. "I want to stop," she said. He smiled sadly. "It is too late, Mama. They are used to your kitchen now. You must keep feeding them, or they will feed on you." Fear filled her bones like ice. Strange things began to happen. Meat disappeared from her pot even before she served it. Sometimes she found muddy handprints on her table. The mirror near her kitchen no longer showed her face, only smoke. She started sleeping at the restaurant, afraid of what waited in the dark. Yet every morning, her pot refilled itself. The stew was never empty, even when she didn't cook. Soon, people in Aiyetoro began to fall sick after eating at Shade's kitchen. Some said they saw shadows moving behind her as she served food. Others swore her laughter echoed twice, once from her mouth, once from somewhere unseen. The town chief ordered an investigation, but before they could act, Sani disappeared. No one had ever known where he lived. Driven by fear, Mama Shade followed Sani's trail to the mortuary. There, she found empty water drums and heard faint voices calling her name. When she opened one drum, she screamed. The smell of death rose like smoke. Inside was not water, but the last rinse from the bodies of the dead. Her knees gave way as she realized what she had been cooking with. Her success had been built on sorrow. Mama Shade ran to the priest and confessed everything. Father Ojo agreed to help her cleanse the restaurant. They prayed, burned incense, and sprinkled holy water. The shadow screamed and shook the walls. But one of them whispered, "We will not leave her. She fed us." The candles blew out, and the priest collapsed. When he woke up, Mama Shade was gone. The next morning, the town people found her restaurant doors wide open. The food was still warm, the radio still playing, but Mama Shade was nowhere to be found. Only her wrapper lay folded on the counter. People said her spirit had joined the one she fed. Others said she fled the town in shame. But at night, passers-by heard her voice calling softly, "Come and eat, my children." Years later, another woman opened a new restaurant on the same spot. On her first day, a thin man with tired eyes came to her. "Good evening, madam. You look troubled. Maybe I can help." The woman smiled politely, not knowing the story, and so the curse began again. The town never forgot Mama Shade's tale. Parents warned their children, never chase riches from strange hands. The market women told the story every market day, shaking their heads. They said hunger is dangerous, but greed is a deeper grave. And no food cooked with darkness ever truly satisfied. At night, when the wind passes through Aiyetoro, It carries a faint smell of stew. Some say it's just memory. Others swear they see a woman stirring a pot under the moonlight, humming softly. They call her Mama Shade of the Shadows, the woman who fed